started, we're going to start in a seated position, easy seated. Welcome to morning yoga. And we're going to stack our rib cage over pelvis. Today we'll start with our neck, so we'll take our right ear to right shoulder, making sure we're breathing this whole time. In through the nose and out through the nose. Left ear to left shoulder. Allowing that right shoulder to feel heavy and drop. This time as we change, let's take the chin to the chest and then over to the right. Chin back to the chest, over to the left. We'll keep going right and left. Next time we get to the right, let's stop at the right. Taking the left hand out to the side, let's push away from the body. You won't reach the floor. Tip the fingertips up, and if you'd like, taking that right hand on top of the head. The only thing we're doing with the right hand is just adding the weight of the hand. We're not pulling into the neck. So releasing this big neck muscle here. Releasing your right hand, taking chin to chest again, and then left ear to left shoulder. This time, right hand comes out, pushing away from the body, fingertips up. If you would like, taking that left hand to the head. And remembering we're just putting the weight of that hand on the head. We are not pushing the hand into the head. Getting a nice big neck stretch. And then releasing. Let's go ahead and turn to the right, looking over that right shoulder all the way in our rotation. Make sure you continue to inhale and exhale. As we inhale, let's bring the hands up. Exhale, rotating over to the left. Looking over that left shoulder. Let's do one more time. Inhale over to the right. Exhale as we twist. Inhale to the top and then exhale as we twist to the left. One more inhale to the top. This time exhaling, bringing the right hand to the mat. Left hand comes up and over, really exposing this left rib cage. Breathing into that in through the nose and out through the nose. In through the nose and out through the nose. Next inhale will bring you up. Exhale as we go over to the left. Left hand to the mat, right hand up over the head. Inhaling into this right rib, right rib cage. My goodness, I'm watching myself on the mirror and I'm getting all wonky. Right rib cage in through the nose and out through the nose. In through the nose and out through the nose. Next inhale is going to bring us up. Let's stay here. We'll do that seated cat-cow. So make sure you're kind of up on your sit bones, which are those little bony pieces of the pelvis that reach down to the mat. And we'll go ahead and we'll push the chest forward, kind of rocking up onto those sit bones as we push the chest out. Inhaling here, and let's exhale as we curve the back, rocking back on that pelvis just a bit, kind of tucking it underneath. Inhale, push forward. Exhale, rock back. Inhale, come forward. Exhale, rock back. And coming back up into our neutral spine, we're going to come into a hands and knees position. We are going to work on mid-back rotations today, which is a little bit of a not fancy way to say a sort of thread the needle. We'll take the right hand, we'll put it behind the ear, and as you inhale, you'll rotate your elbow up to the ceiling. And as you exhale, you'll take that elbow kind of almost underneath the left arm. Inhale brings you up, elbow to the ceiling. Exhale brings you down, trying to get that elbow almost underneath the opposite arm. Inhale brings you up. Exhale, rotate underneath. On our next inhale, we're going to stay up there, breathing as we're here, in through the nose and out through the nose. Another big inhale as we stretch higher towards the ceiling. Exhale, let's bring it under last time. Inhale here. Exhale here. Next inhale is going to bring you up, both hands onto the mat. Let's walk the hands forward. Push the chest back, leaving a 90-degree angle at the thigh and the shin. This is called puppy pose or heart melting pose. Really stretching into the chest, stretching into the back of the pelvic floor here. Keep breathing. Let's walk those hands so that hands are under shoulders, knees are under hips. We'll do the other side for our mid-back rotation. So this time it'll be left hand onto the left ear. You'll rotate up as you inhale. Exhale, rotate underneath that right arm. Inhale brings you up. Exhale brings you under that right arm. Inhale brings you up. Exhale brings you under that right arm. Inhale brings you up. Exhale brings you under that right arm. Last time, inhale brings you up. Stay up there. Let's inhale here. Exhale. Another big inhale. Exhale as you come underneath. Inhaling and exhaling here. Then inhaling brings you back up, bringing the left hand to the mat. Let's this time sit back into a wide-legged child's pose. So bring your knees as wide as the mat, pushing down with the hips and with the chest towards the mat. Really feeling like someone is pulling on those wrists so that we're getting some movement here in your scapula. Let's walk the hands over to the left, exposing that right side body. Now taking a nice deep inhale through the nose and exhale through the nose, breathing into that right side body. Bringing the hands back to the front and then walking them over to the right, isolating that left side back body. Inhale through the nose and exhale through the nose. And bringing those hands back to center. Let's go ahead and walk the hands back. We'll sit back onto our seat and we'll come all the way down into a lying down position. Grabbing one of those blocks. Let's put it in between the knees this morning. And if you don't have a block, just using a pillow or a cushion or something of that nature. We're going to give it 10 good squeezes. So here we go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Leave it at the last squeeze. Hold, 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 hold. And then release. The inner thigh, which is the muscle we were just working, is very important for pelvic health. It hooks right into the pelvis. It helps strengthen the pelvic floor. The pelvic floor is a tiny muscle, whereas the inner thigh, and the next one we're going to work on a little bit, the glute, the booty muscle, are larger muscles that help support the pelvic floor and pelvic functioning. So with our block in between our knees, We're going to start with pelvis rocks. So you'll rock your pelvis forward, almost like if you had a cereal bowl on your pelvis and you were spilling the cereal forward. It rocks forward. Then we'll rock back so that the hips and the face are closer together. And then forward and back. Now, as you do this, you keep going forward and back. I want you to think about doing this with your belly muscles instead of your glutes. So reach around, see if your glutes are nice and squishy. If they aren't, think about the hip bones from side to side and pubic bone from front to belly button. So pubic bone up to belly button, hip bone to hip bone. That's the area where the muscles should be turning on to do these pelvis rocks. And you can reach around, make sure that glute is nice and squishy. If you're not getting it, that's okay. Practice it. Let's do a couple more pelvis rocks. So this is moving your femur in the socket, rocking your pelvis back and forth. Also great for the pelvic floor. And then release, bringing that back into a neutral position. Bringing the feet fairly close to the hips. We'll take the hips up in the air, pushing up there at the top. We don't want to push too much. We want to kind of be our knee and our hip and our back are kind of in one straight line. We don't want extended above that. So one straight line and squeeze the booty cheeks together like you're pinching a penny. And we're just going to hold. We're holding for 10 seconds. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come down slow. Upper back, middle back, low back. Let's release the pelvis, rock it forward, rock it back. We're going to come up into 2 more bridges. These are going to be flowing bridges. So up to the top, squeeze your booty cheeks, then come down slow. Upper back, middle back, low back, release, rock your pelvis forward, rock your pelvis back, hips go up in the air, squeeze your booty cheeks at the top, come down slow, upper back, middle back, low back, release, rock your pelvis forward, rock your pelvis back. Let's go ahead and take this brick away. We're going to do one more stretch before we are finished this morning. Let's take the right ankle over that left thigh. And if you need a belt, a tie, a strap, something so that you can hold that leg behind the leg, so that left leg, you're holding it, I want your head, neck, and shoulders to be down on the mat. So if you need something to facilitate that, you can go ahead and grab that, a blanket you could put behind there so that you can pull this in, giving that right hamstring and glute, that's your booty cheek muscle, giving that a nice stretch. Now we'll take this left knee, you'll shift it subtly over towards the left shoulder. Ooh, that might produce a big sensation in that right booty cheek. And let's take that over to the right shoulder, just another subtle movement. This is left knee going towards right shoulder. Let's do that one more time over to the left with that left knee. Keep breathing. And then over to the right. Let's bring that back at a neutral position. We'll do a few nerve flosses. The sciatic nerve goes through the booty cheek, the piriformis muscle. So we'll try to unstick that this morning. So take your left foot up to the ceiling, point flex, bring it back down. Left leg up, point flex, bring it back down, up, point flex. Let's do one more time up to the ceiling, point flex, Then release that down. Take everything down to the mat. Right foot unhooks. Left foot's going to hook over that right thigh. Bringing that right thigh in towards the body. Now, if you can't reach the head, neck, and shoulders back down to the mat, please go ahead and use your strap, your blanket, your towel, whatever you have handy. Really just giving this a nice gentle pull in. Personally, I have a big sensation down my left booty cheek. Whew. Now let's take this right knee, angle that over towards the right shoulder. Ooh, this side is way tighter than the other side. That is completely normal. Keep breathing here. And then we'll take this over towards the left shoulder. Just a subtle movement here. Over to the right. Last time to the left. Last time to the right. Then we'll bring this right hip neutral position so that we can do those nerve flosses. So right foot goes up, point flex, floss in that sciatic nerve. Right foot goes up, point flex. Let's do two more times. Point flex. Last time, point flex. Bringing that foot all the way down to the mat. Left foot joins it. Let's go ahead and windshield wiper those legs. And when you get to one side, let's roll onto one side, coming up to a nice seated position. Again, stacking that rib cage over the pelvis, feeling like someone's pulling on the head. Let's close the eyes down. And today we'll close with eyes closed, putting the right hand on the belly, the left hand on the chest, taking a nice deep breath in through the nose. And let's go out through the mouth. Nice sigh. And I say to everybody, namaste. Thank you so much for coming. May your coffee and your pelvic floor be strong today.